Listen, alcohol is just out in 2024. There is a rising trend of going alcohol-free or being sober curious, and alcohol, the truth is, it's just bad for you and can famously impair your sex life. So if you're looking for another way to unwind, relax, or just have fun, I cannot recommend Via's THC gummies enough. Via has gummies for every occasion. Whether it's to improve your sleep, I love their sleep gummies. I take them everywhere. Your mood or your focus. They even have an aphrodisiac gummy called High Love to boost my arousal levels. High Love has a unique blend of cannabinoids and aphrodisiac exotic herbs that are known for their libido enhancing effects. So I've been using Via for a while now, and I absolutely love them. They're a super trusted company. They use premium hemp, natural ingredients, and they're known for their premium indoor THCA flower. All their products are made here in the US. They got quick and discreet shipping to all 50 states, so you can all enjoy them, not to worry. And also super affordable. So head over to viahemp.com and use code Emily at checkout to save 15% off your order. That's VIIAHEMP.com. Use code Emily at checkout for 15% off your order and let me know what you think. Today's show, I'm answering your emails on ex-girlfriends, long-distance sex, and sexless marriages. Plus, we'll tell you the best kind of sex you're not having but should be. Thanks everyone for listening. But first, oh my God, guess what? Valentine's Day right around the corner. I know. You might love it, you might hate it, but if you're seeing someone or you just have friends with benefits, I don't care what you call your relationship, people would like to be recognized on this day of love or this day of sex or whatever you want. I actually think it should be about something a little sexy. So, Good Vibes, you've heard me talk about good vibrations for years, goodvibes.com. It's your one-stop shop for Valentine's Day. If you go to their website, you're going to see they have special packages, best toys for her, him, couples. You could get, they carry all the best sex toy brands. So there's these little Vibratex girls, they're called. They're really cute. They come in little leather pouches for your partner. She could use a makeup bag and she could have a vibrator. There's also the most orgasmic vibrator of all time. You've heard me talk about the magic wand. Well, now it's coming out soon, unplugged. They're making an unplugged version, which I can't believe, which is amazing. You can get little games. You might not want to get into sex toys, but they've got to have fun games. Because you know what? Valentine's Day, yeah, you can go to dinner and get roses and all that, but don't you just want to have really good sex? So go to goodvibes.com, use coupon code Emily, GVEmily20, and get 20% off. That's goodvibes.com. Use GVEmily20 for 20% off. Thanks for listening.
Into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, I feel so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. Well, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com, where you can check out all of our podcasts, sign up for our mailing list, and subscribe to our newsletter, which kicks ass. Oh, and you should subscribe to it now because we'll be giving you great, we give guides. We recommend that you get people, your partners or your people or yourself, because, hey, it's a day of love. Love yourself. Get yourself something. And I don't know where I go. People are like, hey, I like your emails. I actually read them. So check it out. Also, subscribe to us on iTunes because you'll never miss one. We do 2 shows a week. And you can also review us on iTunes if you happen to be down. Speaking of reviews, this is my last thing. I'm here with Menace.
Hello.
He's on the phone anyway. I didn't want to disturb you.
I don't know. I just let you do your thing.
No, but here's the thing. I have a survey right now.
All right.
Because I just posted a survey. And if you listen to the show, it'll take you literally 2 minutes, 3 minutes to fill out. And it'll help us so much because after 10 years of doing the show, which I can't believe, I just want to hear from you, what are your comments, suggestions, what do you like, what don't you like, all that. And if you fill it out, you are entered to win a bunch of stuff we're giving away.
Do I get
really
rave reviews?
presents.
Is there any questions about should we have them on
I said,
or not?
It's like thumbs up, thumbs down, Menace.
Oh, no.
No,
so
you'd
many
never
thumbs
do
down.
that. You're the family, dude.
I know.
So just check out my survey. I'm going to be tweeting it, Facebook. It'll be on my website, all that stuff. And I'm at Sex with Emily across the board. If you don't follow me, Menace is at Menace. What up, yo, Menace?
What's going on?
Dude,
what is new in your life?
Friggin' insane.
I want to know what's going on.
Well, I've been. I just found out that I'm co-hosting the People's Podcast Awards with Dennis Miller in Vegas in April.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
I know. I think I mentioned to you briefly last week, but I'm so excited. Like, Dennis Miller,
Yeah, that's huge.
he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's great. He's fun. He's such a talent.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. I just came off of 3 weeks of a lot of sex shows and all that stuff.
Traveling,
so I'm
yeah.
just traveling and stuff. And so it's been good. And then I went with Norm, who runs Podcast One, to the Lakers game.
Yeah.
And we sat on the floor, the courtside seats between the Lakers bench and the
Yeah.
there are only 8 seats. It was amazing. We were touching the play. They were sweating on me.
Wow.
It was so fun. I don't think I can ever go to another sporting event again.
Oh yeah, once you have that experience, it'll be kind of hard to be
I know. And I'm not really, I'm dating. There's been a few rotational men. Shock. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I actually have had a really good year. I feel like I'm finally getting into LA. I feel like this is home. It truly is. So I'm good about it.
That's great.
How about you?
I'm awesome. I love it here. To sign my lease again for another year.
You did?
Yes.
You're going to be here for another year? Shut up. Good.
So that's great.
You're not going back to the Bay Area. No one goes back.
No. And then the radio show. I do a radio show called The Woody Show. I'm not Woody. Everyone knows that. Every morning
You're a menace.
on Alt 98.7. You can search it everywhere if you want to find. Just search The Woody Show
Awesome.
if you want to
And
listen
if
to
you
it.
wanted to look at Menace, he's got billboards all over the city.
Yeah, but they're like cartoon figures of me, so.
Well, what else, dude? There's no cartoon figures of me on the billboard, so.
But yeah,
it's better than just you with a bag over your head.
I know. So it's super fun doing radio here in Los Angeles, and I get to be here in person with you and do podcasts once in a while. That's great.
I love that we still
and then
do this.
You're all over the place. You're recording podcasts all the time.
I know. I'm doing.
I remember when it was just once a month or twice, and now it's just you're all over the place. You're with Anderson recording podcasts.
Anderson, yep.
You're on Loveline recording. There's so many different things that you're doing. It's insane.
It's a little bit insane. Well, but the thing is, don't you think it's always been insane, but this year has been a skyrocket.
Yeah.
The last 12 months.
There's so much more at Sex with
So
Emily
much more.
content. It's crazy.
I know.
So everyone needs to go to sexwithemily.com. Again, go to iTunes, search Sex with Emily. Make sure you review the show. That's always fun.
It is fun. And you know
Yeah.
what? The first time you said that, because I never think to people really do it. And we appreciate it. Because if people don't know us and they're surfing
The
iTunes,
internet,
surfing the interweb, and they come across it and you like it, that makes us feel good. Because we just want to make you feel good. Isn't that why we're here? To make y'all feel good?
Super cool. And then all the listeners that tweet me all the time. And then it's funny because I do the terrestrial radio show, whatever. But there's
Terrestrial radio is like AM, FM. People sometimes
Yeah. It's when you're in your car and you turn on the radio, that's
Menace is on the radio. Right.
terrestrial radio. But when I do that, there's also Sex with Emily listeners that make the connection that it's the same
you
guy.
the Menace, right?
Yeah.
Did they ever call in and say anything?
No, but they'll tweet me and stuff like that. Yeah.
Dude, you're famous.
It's off topic because
awesome.
we do a show. It's more pop culture and stuff like that.
Right, that's why they don't.
We don't
talk
do
about
a sex show.
Sex doesn't go with the morning drive time, people.
No, I mean
which it should.
We do cover some sexual topics, but it's not a show completely about.
I get
sex.
it. It's a morning show.
We did this.
You guys
thing.
give each other wedgies and stuff and laugh. And
Yeah, we did.
I always think of the morning zoo.
We were covering this thing lately. It was edible anus, which was insane. It's
Edible
a new
anus?
thing. Yeah, people give chocolates to each other. It's weird.
It's a piece of chocolate that looks like an anus.
Yeah, but
I
it's
have that.
molded.
But
it's your mold.
I mean,
of
I
your
have
own.
that. I mean, I went to I have chocolate penises, chocolate vaginas.
Yeah, but no, it's a mold of your own.
Oh,
I'll show you later.
dude, like a fleshlight, but it's chocolate. It's of your anus and not of your penis.
I will tell you about. But let's don't get too much into it.
Okay, so I wanted to talk today. We're going to answer the emails from people. I love hearing from you at feedback@sexwithemily.com. And there is a study that came out by Lifestyles condoms. They make I'm sort of obsessed with their new condoms. They're Lifestyles and also Skin, SKYN. They make these condoms that are a lot of people are allergic to latex. They're thin, whatever. They're really good condoms. But the point is, they have a survey, and they had some interesting findings in the survey, and I just wanted to see what you think of them. The first thing was spontaneous or unplanned sex is the occasion with the best sex. So here's the results. 63% of females, 57% of males agree that spontaneous or unplanned sex is the occasion with the best sex. So you're in a long-term relationship. What do you think about that? Can you even have spontaneous sex?
Yeah, you
It's so
can.
hard.
Totally.
Good. Do you do it though? Do you initiate it?
Yeah. Just like, just out of nowhere.
Like in the morning when you have a boner and you roll over and have sex?
Well,
Ooh,
not
I didn't
as
know.
early
You're
as
right.
I get up.
Just
I get
kidding.
up so early. And because it doesn't happen as often because, again, I'm exhausted by the time I get home. But it does happen here and there.
Right.
Where, you just got to go for it.
Totally.
Yeah, just
Okay.
do it. I wish, again, always goes back to every single thing. We talked about it on the last podcast, even like text messaging or just like let's just make it the year where women initiate more. You want to talk about like
know.
everything is equal and everyone's on equal playing fields. Why don't we just make it? Like, why does the guy have to be the
I know, I understand. And
the
it's painful for
initiator
men.
all the time?
You're right.
It doesn't have to. Apparently women are just as horny as guys are. That's what I hear.
It's just the way it's
Then
gone
why
down.
don't you just,
Women are
like-
intimidated by it too, and they're afraid they're going to get
Hey,
shut
look.
down or look slutty. But everyone should just get over it. If you're with someone
Yeah.
and it doesn't even matter if you're in a relationship or you're just dating. If you want to have sex and you're with someone that you've had sex with before, just go for it. Start some making out.
I'm
know?
supporting
You know what I'm saying?
equal.
Equal.
Yeah,
Women
let's
should
make-
give back
yeah.
to the initiation too.
Yeah, go for it.
Initiative. So yeah, that's funny because this came up on Love Line the other night, which is so funny. But I actually have a friend who just walked in, so I want to say hi to Josh. Have you met Josh yet?
Josh, we talked briefly in the lobby.
So
yes.
Josh is awesome because you were saying that I'm on Loveline, which is people always want to. I actually met some people, and I'm on every Thursday night. And so if you miss it, it's live in a bunch of cities, but it's a podcast that comes out on Monday mornings. So I'm on. That's the one that I'm on. So anyway, I met Josh, and he has a vaping company. Which is hi Josh, are you on
Hi,
mic
Emily.
there? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So Josh Crane, it's called Craft Vapory.
Nice.
I do understand like this. So, okay, we met at Loveline. We were like talking for 2 minutes. I thought it was awesome because I think the whole vaping craze right now is like, it's a whole new. people go to
it's
bars.
exploded.
Yeah, they're like hanging out or they're talking and they're everyone, which is great because people aren't using cigarettes. But he's so funny because we were talking about sex, of course. And it was like, we were talking about how like sex and smoking and all that is related. And we were talking about the benefits of it. I'm like, yeah, it's like after sex, you like have a cigarette, but now you can just like have your vape. You don't have to leave the house. And Josh, was saying that it actually gave him more stamina vaping. And I wanted to
I
hear
can
more about
imagine
that.
it does, right?
Oh, it does.
Talk to me about this.
So I smoked for years. And
You smoked cigarettes. How long did you smoke?
23 years.
Wow.
And you get winded, right? It's not great for you physically. It has a big physiological effect, and you feel heavy and weighed down and certainly don't have the lung capacity or the breath capacity. And, I'm not much of an athlete, but I do love sex.
Right.
Probably my favorite topic after vaping. And
We should do vaping and sex with vaping and
anytime you want.
I'm sure there's
Sex.
a video out there somewhere
Okay.
where it's happening.
If not, someone should create that.
totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I didn't start vaping to have better sex, but it's definitely one of the side effects of switching from cigarettes to vaping is I have much better sex. My stamina is much better. I enjoy it better. It's not a chore,
Right.
Exhausting.
I'm 40, right?
Yes.
Right.
So sometimes, a long, prolonged, real physical, interaction with my wife, that kind of takes everything out of me. And then I got to
Right.
lay down and I want to have a snack and then curl in a ball and go to sleep.
I totally get it. So, is that yeah.
Yeah, so my stamina went way up.
That's amazing. Okay, so was this the thing that got you to quit smoking after 23 years?
Absolutely.
So
It's
that's
the
why you got
only
into the
thing. I
business.
tried the patch and the gum.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. I
And-
like the gum. I mean, I used to smoke on and off. I just kind of like the gum.
I like the gum,
the
but I
vapes
found that
better.
I was just addicted to the gum.
Exactly. I like
And-
the vapes better.
And the patch was horrible, right? It made my skin
itchy.
bleed, and it was,
Yeah.
it was bad.
So why are they like? It's a movement right now.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
a
movement.
friggin' movement. Like I can't believe it.
It's the fastest growing industry in America.
Wow.
right? It's 2.5 billion after just a couple of years, projected to grow by another billion this year alone. So it's literally one of the fastest growing industries in the country. It's in every country. It's in every city. It's a thing. And when you go, especially here in LA, you go to a bar and you go outside, used to be there'd be 10, 12 people smoking cigarettes. Now half of them are vaping.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I want to see all of them vaping.
I think we should. And it's so important. I mean, because really, I mean, also we were talking about going back to the sex thing, is that one of the biggest killers of your sex drive, and you're thinking, I'm not into it, is because you're unhealthy. People don't exercise, they don't eat right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the second you start taking care of that stuff, I promise you that your sex life will get better. And apparently, if you vape too, you will have more stamina. But why are they all so phallic looking? You have beautiful machines here after Craft Vapory. Like, let me see that one. That one, maybe not.
Yeah,
as
this
much.
one, this is a really
This is
high-end
so
device.
pretty. Okay.
Wow.
Let's put pictures of this. We'll take pictures.
Most of them are
on
kind of
Instagram.
phallic. I know lots of women that, ask me this very same question. This one here, which is the Aspire Premium Kit, is one of the ones we sell. My wife looks at this and she's like, that looks like it's going to run out of batteries in a few minutes.
I think you should make a vibrating vapor.
I would love to do that.
Let's talk about that offline.
I would love to do that. I think what you'd have to figure out is which end you used for the vibrator and then which end you used for the vaping. I don't know that everyone would want to put
Good
the same
points.
end
We
in
got to
their
put
mouth.
like sanitation things in. Okay, let's not go down that road.
But
You're still
they
got
do make
craft
little
vapory.
condoms for the end, so that you could share.
Oh,
it.
that's important.
So, but I feel like that would also kind of lend itself more to making a vaping vibrator.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna go back to my partners. We're gonna work on a vaping
Okay,
vibrator.
and I'm happy to help because I've tried every vibrator on the planet as part of my job.
Yeah.
But
She'll research
I have
for
a
you.
question for you because I have a friend who was just like on a diet and she's like kind of a snacker, and she started vaping and she said it helped her lose weight too. Is that-
Yeah. So no one ever thought that that's where vaping was going to go. We all thought vaping was, I'm a cigarette smoker. This is an alternative to cigarette smoking. In a lot of ways, it's a safer alternative. But what we find is because the nicotine and the juices are flavored, and you can get all of them without nicotine, by the way.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
About 30% of my customers are no nicotine, never had
It's
nicotine.
like an oral fixation. It feels good. It's calming.
We
You
find
don't
a
need the
lot of
nicotine.
video gamers love vaping, and even at the no nicotine levels, because it's it's something to kind of do. It helps to kill the downtime, and you name a flavor short of turkey sandwich, and I'm imploring the industry to come up with a turkey sandwich flavor.
Right. You've got every flavor there.
They're all out there. And so, perfect example, I'm sitting on the couch one day, I'm vaping a funnel cake flavor. My wife looks over at me and she's like, F you, Josh. Seriously, the whole house smells like funnel cake, and I
Now
can't
I want a
stand
funnel
it.
cake.
I want to eat. And I just handed her my vape. She's a vapor.
Right.
She immediately picks it up. She's like, okay, this is great. No calories.
Right.
There was one study that says they have, a couple of calories,
geez,
but the
but-
actual
right.
act of vaping burns about as many calories as that. So it's a net neutral thing.
Right, exactly.
And I find it's a tremendous alternative to snacking. I used to be a huge snacker, and so that's another side
You
effect.
look really fit and good. And
I'm
healthy.
a lot less fit now than I was a few years back.
Right, but you look good. I get it though. You don't makes you just we're all orally
and so
fixated
for me,
in some way.
sitting at my desk, I can reach for Oreos, or I can reach for an Oreo flavored vape. And so for me, I'd much rather have the vape, keep my girlish figure nice and trim.
Exactly.
And,
So craft vapor, you started. How is it different? Like your company and stuff.
So Craft Vapory is a subscription service, right? Essentially,
so cool. That's
there's
the
a
hottest thing
ton
to do.
of the industry is only a couple years old. There's a ton of brands out there, thousands, right? There are tens of thousands of flavors in the industry. So if you just start vaping today and you walk into a vape shop, it's daunting. It's overwhelming. And people don't know where to start. So Craft is really a service that helps you get started, helps you to focus in on what you're actually going to like. We help you find the right hardware. We help you find the right liquids. And then we deliver them to you every month.
Oh, that's
and all you have to
cool.
do is basically tell us, I like tree fruits. I like citrus. I like candy. I don't like baked goods. I don't like mints. I don't like menthol. And you can yum or yuck any combination of those flavor categories. And then my experts look at your profile and as you're with us over
That's
time,
cool.
your history with us. And then we can send you an exact match for you. So if I send you a box, it's for Emily. It comes with a handwritten
It's
note.
so beautiful, like your packaging
Thank
and
you.
stuff. Yeah, so it's a good gift.
Most of my industry is marketing to bros, right?
Okay.
Flat brim hat, sleeve of tattoos, baggy
But it
shorts.
just looks like it's well made. You've well made products. I
decided-
trust you. I'm like that looks like I would go down with that. I've had a few vapes, but
That's what we were shooting for. We wanted a brand
love
that was
them.
accessible. We wanted something that didn't feel too masculine, too feminine.
No, right.
That sat right
Gender
in the
neutral.
middle. And 51% of our customers are women. The marketing for the industry would imply otherwise.
Right.
Would say that 100% of it was men.
I
But
think it
that's
could be a
not
good
who-
Valentine's Day gift. Couple wants to quit smoking together, they buy it for each
I think
other.
it's an amazing
So you know what? You're
Valentine's
awesome. So we met. He was on Love Line the other night. We met. If you go to craftvapory.com, that's craftvapery.com, and this is so nice of you. Enter promo code Naughty Emily. And you're offering a 20% off subscriptions and 10% off all shop orders through March 31st.
Yeah, I figured, if I was coming in to say hi, I might as
Listeners, a
well.
promo code.
That's the best gift I can
Okay,
bring.
so Naughty Emily Craft Vapory, if you've been thinking about it, you want to try it, you will set them up with the exact, because it's confusing now. If you go to a store, you're like, I don't know what I want, but you're going to help people figure it all out. And I love that you're doing this.
Yeah, and that's, for me,
And that you have more stamina in bed. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. It's funny. My wife asked me what I was doing today. I kind of went through the calendar, and I'm like, oh, yeah, and sex with Emily around 4 o'clock. And she was like, I'm not buying her dinner.
Right, exactly. That's right. They never buy me dinner. Pisses me off.
But it's been a tremendous thing, and for me, it's really about touching people, right? Smoking kills more people than anything else out there. It smells bad. It's unattractive, right? I certainly got laid a lot less when I was, when I was smoking.
Right.
And that's in essence, if you don't find a woman who's also smoking, like everyone else is just kind of out of the selection. Like, oh yeah, that guy who stinks like cigarette.
Right, exactly.
So,
one's into it.
As a lifestyle choice, this was a fantastic switch for me, and it's something I want to share with everybody I know. So,
I think it's great. I think you did a good job because I know a lot of people into it. I think that you have got a formula that's just really going to work. Really,
and I did also bring you a setup for yourself. I did. So there's in the box is a starter kit for you and a variety of flavors. I want everyone to love vaping. It's gotten some bad press lately.
I know, but why?
There's no.
I think. Well, sorry.
No,
I think a lot of it also is. This always happens. Like lawmakers, they don't understand it, so they're like, we need to regulate it. We don't know what's going on, we're old and out of touch,
Right, exactly.
Or they're like just banning vaping in like public areas.
Yeah,
and stuff
I think it's harmful. You're blowing smoke. It's like, no, you're blowing funnel cake. That smells really good. And someone, if you smell it at all.
I've never once had someone say, "Hey, that smells horrible. Do you mind not doing it?" I've had tons of people say,
"What the hell?
Is that funnel cake? Can I try it?"
It's a good thing.
And that's my favorite thing ever.
Well, in the office, I do the radio show that I do is with 4 people, and one of the guys vapes, and we have all decided that flan is our favorite flavor that he uses.
Okay, flan.
So it's always flan in the office.
Do you flan?
I do. I have one flan.
You have everything.
Kind of a custard flavor. Yeah, we've got we've got about 400 different flavors.
With sweets. Okay.
If you name a flavor, especially on the sweet side, we've got it.
Okay, I love that. So Josh, you're awesome.
Thanks,
I'm so
Emily.
glad you're here. Craftvapory.com, and they use. I love Naughty Emily. That's so cute. Naughty Emily.
Every code you do on the show should be Naughty Emily.
Well, it's always Emily, but I'm like, okay, Naughty Emily, and they get a percentage off their subscription. Let me get this. They get 20% off subscriptions and 10% off all shop orders through March 31st with the promo code Naughty Emily at craftvapory.com. And thank you for my gifts.
Sure, my pleasure.
I'm so excited. And you have like the different flavors in there and stuff. Okay, I wish you could say I'm so
there's
sorry.
an assortment of some nicotine, some non-nicotine. So but I didn't give you anything too strong. I know you used to smoke, so but instead of popping a piece of gum, check this out the next
I haven't had a good one. I bought like bad ones. So this is like
you'll
beautiful.
love these flavors.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Sure, my pleasure.
Great to see you. Thanks
Good
for
to
stopping
see
in.
you.
Okay, we're gonna go back to sex talk. Thanks.
Right.
Okay, that's awesome. Manus, do you ever vape? You can have one of the. You want me to? He bought me two.
To vape, I can try it. I have never tried it before. Let's do it right now
So
together.
freaking fun. Let's vape together. We've never done that together. Okay, so here's the thing. So let's go back to this. Okay, so lifestyles. That was the one thing, is that spontaneous sex is the best sex, which I agree, because it's like in the newness of a relationship is when everything is spontaneous and new and exciting and mysterious. You don't really know this person, and so that never changes. And when you're in a relationship, sometimes it can be harder to kind of get that spontaneity going again. So that's what people are the most turned on by. Okay, people who are in relationships, and 18 to 34-year-olds people in relationships who are 18 to 34 tend to be most satisfied with their sex lives. I don't know that really. Okay.
Yeah.
80% of people who are in relationships are either satisfied or very satisfied with their sex lives, while just 53% of single people are satisfied because they're single.
Really?
I guess, yeah. But the thing about the 18 to 34-year-olds are the most satisfied, do you think it's because they don't realize like how much better it can get?
Probably. Well, if you're in your 30s, but 18 years old, you don't even know what you're doing.
You don't even know what sex is. But no,
I mean, you
do a little
but
bit.
you don't even know.
Maybe that's why you're so into it, because you're like, holy moly, this is so much better than watching porn.
You're doing it all the time, but you don't even realize, like, with women, some women are internal or external. You don't even find that out as a guy until later on in life.
Exactly. So it takes some time, but I'm glad everyone's having better sex. And then younger men and women condom users are confident in their sexual performance. 25 to 34-year-olds have the highest perception of their ability in bed. Half, 50%, believe they're good or amazing. And people who always use condoms are 9% more likely to think they're amazing in bed than all other condom users, whatever. So 23% versus 14%. So that's a little stats for you here, Menace. I think that people just need to use more condoms. You know, we've always said that.
Yeah,
but
totally.
People, I just bummed me out.
Did we talk about that just recently with the There was that pop singer who put a whole condom on her foot.
Yes, she did. To say, hey, dude, do you think your penis is something's wrong with your penis?
Yeah.
It's too small. This condom, because guys use that excuse and they're like,
Oh, it's too small. Yeah.
F those guys.
And she put it on her whole
She put it
leg.
on her leg, and it totally fit, and it didn't break. So check it out. That was sponsored by Lifestyles. That survey, I love their condoms. So if you really think, the skin SKYN condoms that are the skin large condoms are awesome, because I used it with someone recently.
Oh, really?
Who was large, and they're awesome. Not just because he was large, but it was good sex. Okay, you're gonna love this one. What people Google about sex according to the numbers?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me guess.
Yes.
Can they get pregnant the first time? Not on there?
Let me see. Nothing about that.
Wow. Okay, go for it.
It's all about the goddamn penis.
Oh, is my penis too
Okay.
small? Blah, blah.
So, for example, though, how it starts is...
I think the fatter I got, my penis has gotten smaller.
That's just because you can't
I think
see it.
Dr. Drew, he said that too. Like you can lose up to an inch by your weight.
No way.
Yeah.
Have you gotten, gained weight lately? Or
Yeah, well, definitely in the past couple of years. But finally, I know I've said this a billion times, but finally I have a wager now.
Ooh, you made a bet?
I made a bet, and it's like thousands of dollars if I lose.
How much did you lose?
No, I'm doing like a 10K race.
You're going to run?
Yeah, so I have to get a better time than somebody else, or I'm going to lose thousands of dollars.
Oh my God! So now you're going to start?
Yeah, it's in September. Yeah.
Okay, good. That'll be good.
So do it now.
Because your penis will grow again.
I'll find my penis
So
again.
Dr. Drew, you
It'll
heard
be
that
longer.
at Loveline that he said the penis thing?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, you can lose up to an inch because of weight. Yeah,
You've
and
lost
I'm
an
like,
inch of your
dude,
penis?
did I
Dude,
lose?
I'm so sorry. Let's have a moment of silence.
How did my penis get smaller? And it's just like all the weight gain.
Aww.
So you got guys.
Vape, lose weight. No.
Vape, lose weight, and your penis will come back.
Okay.
You know?
Well, you just let me know if your penis comes back soon.
Yeah.
I feel so sad. Okay, when we come back, we're going to cover the exact things that people are searching about their penis.
Good.
But first, a word from our lovely, amazing sponsors, Fleshlight. It's the #1 sex toy for men, and it's probably the only one you want. I mean, right now you have your hand. That's not really a toy, people. Women have so many toys to choose from. We've got 1 million vibrators, and you use your hand. You guys got your hand. So the Fleshlight looks like a flashlight, comes in a can, and it's a male masturbation sleeve. It's made to look and feel like the real deal, like you're actually having sex. And many people think it even feels better than sex. I mean, I'm not saying you're not going to want sex again, but your sex life could improve, especially if you use the Fleshlight Stamina Training Unit, because it helps you practice lasting longer, becoming a better lover in bed, which we all want, and you'll experience some mind-blowing orgasms that you've never had that you don't have with your hand alone. I'm just saying, that's what everyone's telling me. And also, because I don't have a penis, is what I'm saying. I can't really confirm it, but if I did have a penis, I wouldn't be talking to you. I'd be in my bedroom masturbating probably all the time. So what's a good Fleshlight experience if you don't got lube? You don't got no lube, you need lube. So if you go to fleshlight.com, use code Emily, you are going to get a Fleshlight and a bottle of an award-winning lube when you buy a Fleshlight. So check that out, fleshlight.com, code Emily. You will love it. Thanks for listening and supporting our sponsors that help keep the show free and happy like we are. Menace.
Yes.
I was just going to sing. So Google. Okay, so these are the things that people click the most. They come up. Okay, so what they were starting to say is, when you start to type something into Google, like what do people pair the most with certain words?
Yeah. Once you start typing, it'll tell you. Yeah.
So you put in marriage, for example, sexless marriage. First thing that comes up.
Wow.
20,000 searches a month. Curiously, according to the numbers, more people search my boyfriend won't have sex with me on Google than they do my girlfriend won't have sex with me. How's that for a twist? Because you're always hearing that women.
I've been telling you that for years, but you don't believe me.
No, I've been saying that too. Well, before I started the show, I believed that myth that men only wanted sex, always wanted sex, and women not as much. But I've come to find out that a lot of women are being turned on sexually in the bedroom, and they want more sex than their partner. So it's really just mismatched libidos. It goes both ways. I'm not saying that.
It's like if you had pizza a billion times, it's like you still love pizza, but you just don't need it as much, you know?
Well, you always need to have sex to keep the love alive in a relationship, or the intimacy alive. Otherwise, you're just roommates. So you need to keep having sex. But here's what gets interesting. When you look at what people lie about, according to this study, men say they have sex about 63 times a year. They allegedly only use condoms in 23% of those acts. But women say they have sex 55 times a year, with condoms being used 16%. And they say the math comes out to condom sales only about 600 million a year, but compared to the alleged 1.6 billion, there's some discrepancy there in condom use. But let me get to
Somebody's
the best part.
lying.
Let me get to the best part here. This is what they Google the most. How to make my penis bigger. How to make my penis longer. So if you just put in how big.
Yeah.
How big is my penis? Why is my penis small? How can I make my penis bigger? How should my penis be? How does my penis smell? How to enlarge my penis? Why is my penis so small? Yeah, those are the things. It's all about goddamn penis.
Yeah.
And whenever I meet people who are like, what do you do? Sex, da, da, da. What's the top question you get asked? I'm like, usually it's about a man's penis.
Yeah, what's the average size penis?
Right. Am I pleasing her to shape my penis? We love your penis. Stop worrying about it. Go worried about your career or something
Yeah.
else. Who's going to win the big game?
And there's nothing you really can do about your penis, so just live with it, man.
Live with it. And you know what? Learn how to please your partner too. Because if you feel like, first of all, she's fine or he's probably fine with it and way more fine with it than you are. But also if you feel like there's a problem, get really good at foreplay, as everyone should anyway. And this should be a better incentive for you, especially men nowadays with a small penis. I'll give you some foreplay tips offline. What?
Small penis now.
I'm sad
Due
to
to
hear that,
weight
Max.
gain.
Do you want to talk about it more?
Huh?
Losing an inch of your penis is kind of a big
I
deal. It's like you
think
got your
I
finger chopped
lost-
off. It's like losing a nail or something.
I'll get
It's
it
like
back.
worse.
I'll get it back.
Okay, will you text me when it comes back?
Yeah, I'm like-
because right now I'm going to be upset for like
Like-
the rest of the month.
Emily, my penis grew back.
I'm just really sad.
I lost
because
like
I'm sure
70
you have a
pounds.
lovely
My penis is back.
How, are you trying to lose 70?
Need to, yeah.
No, you don't. Do you?
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Well, we're going to
That
move
is
on right
where-
now to what?
Oh wait, can I just mention
Please,
something?
please.
So I briefly mentioned it in the last podcast when we had guests in studio, and it was this map that came out on the freakiest cities in America.
Oh, I want to know.
So I have the top 10. So number 1, I already said it was Portland. Actually, let me read it back. I'll go backwards. Number 1 is Portland. Sorry, I already gave away.
Freakiest city is number 10. No,
Yeah.
number 10. Wait, 10, the least out of the...
Yeah, we'll go up.
Got it. 10,
I already
10
gave away
Portland,
number
10,
1.
10
I
Portland.
messed up.
Okay,
Sorry.
keep going, whatever.
All right, so number 10 is Vegas.
Wow, I would think it'd be 1. Yeah.
Number 9 is Philadelphia.
Ooh, ringing the bell.
Number 8 is Boston.
Boston.
Number 7 is Seattle.
It's rainy and dark.
Yeah. Number 6 is Los Angeles. Can you believe it?
We're only number 6?
Only number 6.
We're not freaky enough?
No.
Okay. I gotta
no.
change that. I live here now.
Who beats us out? Number 5 is Washington, D.C.
Come on. Oh, stuffy politicians.
Yeah.
They gotta
and
be freaky.
Number 4 is Chicago.
I could see that.
Number 3 is New York City. And our old hometown, San Francisco, is number 2. And of course, I've already said Portland, number 1.
Portland is the least place I would think is freaky, kinky, sexy.
Well, they always, stay weird. Portland, I don't know.
Okay.
You hear all this crazy
Let's
stuff
take
out
a
of
field
Portland.
trip to
I don't know.
Portland. Get some new guests.
Yeah.
And in San Francisco, number 2, I guess I would have said that.
As number 2?
I was freakier there than I am here. But I'm
Yeah.
also busier now.
Well, I don't think
I have more
people
time
have
to get my
enough.
freak on.
I don't think people have enough opportunity to get freaky here
Because we're all
everything's
in
so
our
spread out.
cars.
Yeah.
I know, we're so spread out, not our
Yeah.
legs.
There's-
No, but in San Francisco, you're walking
Yeah.
around, you're like, there's someone's, dressed up as a
Yeah.
horse, and he's naked, and they're,
On the radio show, we troll Craigslist all the time, and there's a lot of just like car hookups, like meet me here and let's hook up in the car. Because
why? Car sex is why?
I know, because
they probably have a wife and or a husband.
let's meet up halfway so you don't have to drive all the way across
Oh, in
town.
LA, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
LA is all about the car hookup.
Yeah.
Because you're like, where do you live? Okay, because it's so true in LA. You're like, geographically undesirable.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's true though. Like a guy
Yeah.
lives in, by the beach. I'm like, I love the beach, but
yeah.
it's 30-minute drive, 40 minutes, can't do it.
Too much.
Okay, so let's read some emails.
All right.
Because I love hearing from you all. Feedback@sexwithemily.com. So thank you for emailing me your questions. And also, again, I'm going to mention the survey that you can find on my site. Will help me. Hi, Emily. I am in a relationship with an amazing guy who is still friends with his ex. This isn't just a normal ex. This is a girl he dated for over 5 years. We're both under 25 years old, so they dated through a lot of really important moments in their life. It was a mutual breakup. It happened about a year before we got together, so I know I'm not a rebound, but I'm still a pretty jealous person. Can't help but get worried when he's with her. They don't hang out a lot, but I know it still happens, and he knows it slightly bothers me, so he has made an effort to not talk about it at all. Still, can't get over it. I trust my boyfriend, but I don't know if I trust her. Maybe I sound crazy and it's not a big deal, but I was wondering, what's your take on it when it comes to being exes, friends with exes? Thank you, Angie. Menace, I know. Menace is going to have a field day on me right now.
Go ahead.
Well, okay. This has been a long-running theme in the show. Many of my exes, I'm very good friends with. In fact, some of them are my best friends. The thing is, yes, you can be friends with exes. However, there are certain rules to this. You can't have... When you break up with someone, you need some time apart. You can't... It's not like you break up, you throw dishes across the room, you hate each other, you become unfriend on Facebook, and then you're best friends the next day. You need some distance and time to heal those wounds. Now, it makes sense that, eventually you would be friends if you had, you loved it, you had a bond, and they were together for 5 years during adolescence and formative years. However, if there's, it can get tricky if you're both, one person is still attracted to the other person and there's still some flirting. So usually when these relationships work is when one of you have moved on, you have another partner, or both of you ideally, or enough time has passed that you can become friends. So I believe that you can become friends with your exes, but the fact that he's not talking, he said he wouldn't talk to you about it anymore because it makes you anxious. I'm just wondering, what is the level of their friendship? How long is he talking to her? How often is he talking to her? And he should include you when they go out. If they go out, he should say, hey, my girlfriend's coming. Like, I understand why you'd be uncomfortable with that. And I'm also wondering, are they on the phone? Are they texting? If they're simply in contact every now and then, they talk once a month or whatever, I'm kind of okay with that. But if you feel like she's infiltrating and your jealousy radar is going up for a reason, kind of investigate that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Menace?
I don't like them hanging out all the time.
She didn't say that yet, so I don't have all the details. If they were hanging out all the time, that's a problem.
Then, it's either, I would say her or me type situation. But if they talk once in a while on the phone, whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, this Saturday... I want to go hang out with, such and such. You want to come along? No, I don't want to hang out with you and your ex.
Right.
Please, come on.
Ideally, if they have a new boyfriend or something, and then you can go out as a couple. Even that, no, it's weird.
It's like...
Well, you've never gone to the place where your friend... Like, I've gone to Mexico with my ex and my new boyfriend.
I'm cool with pretty much all my ex-girlfriends, but I'm not going to be, like, hanging out with them.
They're not your first choice.
You're not going to take my girlfriend to go hang out with them. Right.
Well, I just think that, Angie, you wrote it's bothering you. I think you got to delve into it more, not just simply have him not talk about it. So if there's something that's triggering it in you, you got to talk about it more and set some boundaries around it and say, you know what, I'm not comfortable with you talking to her all the time. And so, you got to lay down the law. If it's
all my ex-girlfriends are super jealous because they live boring-ass lives now, too.
Really? Like ones from high school and still living in the hometown?
Yeah.
7-Eleven? What are they jealous of?
Just because, like, me and my girlfriend, we just go. We just, like, we decide, last second, we're just going to go to Palm Springs.
Like, he didn't do that with me.
Yeah.
Right? They're like,
well, you were giving me too much crap because I was spending too much, That
was always your issue.
Yeah, too much time at work. But now I've finally reached to the place that I needed to be, and then now I can have fun and work. I'm glad
for you, Menace, because you're the hardest working man in showbiz.
But it's just, like, so it's funny now that, like, I'm sorry, you're the one that wanted to give me crap all the time.
That the girls are mad.
Yeah.
It's true. Menace and I have had similar issues when we've dated people, and we are very independent, have jobs that we care a lot about. And when you're with someone who isn't cool with your work schedule, it's hard to date them. I'm like, you can choose me or your job. It's like, I'm going to choose paying my rent.
Yeah.
See you later. Okay, dear Emily, my wife and I have been married for 25 years. Our libidos are not in sync, and we go sometimes weeks or months without sex. The problem is that we are noisy, according to my wife, with the moaning, the thrusting, and orgasm screams. She's self-conscious and will refuse to have sex in our bedroom while the kids, teenagers, are home. She's embarrassed to face them knowing that we have sex. We have gone away every now and then on the weekends. That's fine, but I can't wait months to be intimate with my wife. Thanks, Frank. Okay, so Frank, there's two issues here. You've got mismatched libidos and the loud sex. And I agree with you that you can't go months without having sex with your wife. It's very important for couples to connect intimately and to continue to have sex. But I'm wondering if there's some excuses here that she's making. First of all, they're teenagers.
Yeah.
They know you had sex. They know how they were. They know that they were born.
And also, like, how often will a teenager be home?
That's what I thought, too.
But you know what?
Practice.
I don't know. Like I don't know. I sound old here. This generation, they like staying at home. Like my girlfriend's brother, he is 21 years old, always wants just to be at the house.
Vaping and playing video games?
No, he doesn't vape, but he just likes being at the house. And I go, when I was 21 years old, you cannot catch me at the house for anything, you know? But like kids these days, they think like social media and talking through the Xbox and stuff like that, they consider that hanging out.
I know.
And hanging out for us was like going to Denny's in the middle of the night with your friends.
I know.
You know?
We were out, we were talking, we were looking at each other, we had no cell phones. If someone showed up, we didn't know where they did or didn't because there's no texting. Phones are going to kill us.
So different.
So many negative. Okay, but here's the thing. Is that I want to tell you, Frank, is that again, I'm wondering if your wife is using the noise as an excuse or if she's confused by the mismatched libidos. Has she been checked out by her doctor? There's many things that can impact her libido. She could be menopausal, perimenopausal, if she's taking meds, if she's depressed. You have to find time to make it work. And even if you turn on the TV and say, hey, mommy and daddy, we're going to go watch, not mommy and daddy, they're teenagers. We're going to go watch a movie, kids. Whatever, turn the TV on. They're so caught up on their phones. Do you think they're thinking her mom and dad having sex? And you know what? I don't believe that she is as loud as she thinks she is. And I think you just have to, and even if she is loud, turn the TV on, muffle in the pillows. And so what? Are kids going to die? I mean, they're not listening to you having sex. And don't do it when they're in the next room. But I'm sure there are times in your life, people don't like to hear me say this, but if you got to schedule sex and all the kids are out at practice or at a party on it's going to be Saturday afternoon at 3, well, you know what, Frank? You and your wife, you're having sex Saturday afternoon at 3. So the two of you have to be honest and come together with a solution and compromise that work for you to make sure that you are both having sex and connecting. Because I agree, it can't just be when you go away a few times a year.
Yeah, agreed.
So, it's your home. You
and also, check out the app Hotel Tonight, too.
What's that?
If you have a couple extra dollars.
Oh, is it not hotels.com?
No, Hotel Tonight. That's what I used just to take off to Palm Springs recently because there was like this great hotel, the Saguaro. I might be saying it wrong. But you can see photos on my Instagram, Menace on Instagram. It's a beautiful hotel. And it's usually like $300 plus a night. We got it for like $100.
No way. At the very last minute?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing?
That's Hotel Tonight. You're like, okay.
Oh, Hotel Tonight. I get it.
So
you can't do Hotel tomorrow night.
But yeah, you get like huge discounts.
That's actually good for me because I don't like planning ahead.
Yeah, so you were like, okay, what's a great discount tonight on a hotel? And then you just pop it up.
Right.
Yeah,
I think that's great. And I think that couples, if your kids are teenagers, you could do this too. You could leave home.
And I know not everybody can afford it, but, again, just like...
That's true.
Just try to find a way to make it happen, you know?
Yeah. And I hate saying that to people because I know that not everyone can afford to take it away for the night. But yeah, there's cheap place. If your friends are out of town and they're like, hey, watch our house, or if your friends have a guest house, there are ways that you can get some time. It's important. Okay, moving on here. Dear Emily, basically, there's no simple way to put this background info. I'm 23 years old. I've been sexually active since I was 16. I've only been with 2 people, but with these people, I'm completely comfortable. Yet I find the same problem in both of my relationships when it comes to sex, that is. I have these crazy, vivid, mind-blowing sexual experiences going on in my head and all the things I want to do with them when I see them and super pumped about the sex and the next encounter, and then bam! When I actually see them, I get what I like to call a sex block. I'm like unable to initiate sex or perform all the crazy things I want in my head. Similar to writer's block, but with sex. I just recently started listening to your show and I'm obsessed. I absolutely love it. Upset now that I'm just finding out about it. Playing catch up is hard, but I'm sure with time I'll have them all listened to. Any suggestions are appreciated. Thank you. I look forward to spending all my free time catching up. Thanks, Kelsey. You're sweet, Kelsey. I don't think you'll ever run out.
Yeah.
We've got 2,000 now. We have 2,000 of them. They're not all online. Kelsey, thank you. Okay, here's the deal. First, my hat's off to you because you have a very healthy fantasy life, which is one of the cornerstones, one of the most important things that women can do is cultivate their fantasy life when it comes to sex. I think men naturally have a very active fantasy life.
Yeah.
I'm not saying women don't, but there are many women who are like, I don't fantasize, I don't da-da-da. So that's great. And a lot of our fantasies, we don't actually want them to happen in reality. That could be part of it. But if the sex is so good, you're beating yourself up for what you're not doing, which means you're too inside your head. and you're probably not having the best sex you could be having because you're all tripped up that you're not doing this crazy thing that you thought on the way over. And so you don't have to pounce on the fantasies right away. And it's just like writer's block. What I do is you just got to write. Sometimes you just got to write. It doesn't make any sense. And you write and you go back to you're like, oh, that's pretty good. So with sex, I'd say stop thinking about like what it should be before you get there. Just know that you're turned on. Know that you're excited to see your partner and get into the moment with the sex. And maybe you'll be more inspired to try one of these new things. And just because you're having a fantasy, it doesn't have to be all of them. Pick a sliver of the fantasy that you want to start. You're not failing at sex. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just beating yourself up because you're not acting out on it. And I'm going to say you're going to get there, Kelsey. You will get there. And so it's just like sex. Like you have to be present in the moment and don't beat yourself up. And he's not let down, I'm sure.
Yeah,
the
he
fact
doesn't care.
He's not thinking like, why isn't she initiating that elaborate sex that she had about the
Is she
threesome?
breathing? Is she into it? Yes. All right, you're good.
Exactly. So sex, the thing about sex is that it's expansive and constantly growing. And I like that you're having the fantasies, but they're for pleasure and they're not for creating more anxiety. So deal with the anxiety. What do you think, Menace?
I totally agree.
And we agree, but I love that you fantasies. I hear from women all the time. I don't have them. Okay, next email is sex alive with long distance. Emily, me and my girlfriend are going through a rough patch. I've been struggling with depression. She's been really supportive and is a big factor for me getting through this tough time. At the same time, this is my first long-term relationship as well as a real relationship, which is great, but not made easier by the fact it's long distance. We really don't get to see each other a lot as I can only afford to go see her every month or so. She's beautiful, she's an amazing figure, yet she's not confident of it, no matter how much I tell her. So the idea of sending me a picture or two of what I'm missing seems almost far-fetched, even if I send one first. Now, saying that, when we're together, our sex life is great. We can really connect, but when we're apart, we speak like we're a 30-year-old couple. Don't get me wrong, we have real conversations, we laugh, we smile, but neither of us have any clue where to go when it comes to phone sex. Now I won't be able to see her until April, the longest I haven't seen her in a while. I'm scared that if I can't find a way to keep up the spark, that it's just going to fall apart. So I was wondering if you have any advice how to spice up a long-term relationship. Best regards.
Both.
K.
Can I jump in first?
Sure.
I hate to bring in alcohol, but if you are drinkers, it'll make it a lot easier. We're like, hey, honey, you know what? Friday night, I'm gonna be at my house, and you'll be at your place, and let's just have drinks together.
Like a Skype date,
Like a Skype date, yeah.
Dirty
and
talk
like,
date.
It'll eventually lead to that.
Right. I think so. I mean,
And it's great. I'm sorry.
I don't know. But have a few cocktails, call each other at night, but.
Yeah, but I think
You think it'll lead to the dirty talk?
I think it will definitely lead to the dirty talk. And I want to bring up another thing that doesn't have to do with the sexual stuff and go to that. But someone that actually used to do something similar to this was Bill Gates with his wife. He had a long distance relationship.
Okay.
And when he wanted to talk to his now wife about things, and he would set up these dates, but they would go to a movie at the same time, but like different theaters in like different states and different parts of the area. So like this stuff can work out.
So then they come home, talk about it.
Yeah, and they have something to talk about.
FaceTime. He invented FaceTime probably. So
but I mean, this is like way before all that stuff.
I know, I get it.
But I'm just saying, like, set up situations like that because, a long distance relationship, you have to be innovative and, to keep everything going and, exciting.
It's true. And we dirty talk is great. I get that you don't know where to start, and there's a lot of people who are a little intimidated by it. And the best rules of dirty talk is that, Skype or phone sex is that you want to be very descriptive. And so you just might want to start saying, I missed you, baby. I missed your body. God, it was so hot when we were together last week. And I keep thinking about that night after dinner when we went back to your room and you were so hot on the bed, something like that. And then that gets the conversation going. You describe a scenario. And she'll be like, yeah, I remember that. That was fun. So then you're like, well, now what do I do? And be like, God, do you ever think about that? Like, if I was there right now, what would you want me to do to you? And she might say, I don't know. What would you want? And then you could say, I'm thinking about how great your breasts feel in my hair, how your your whatever you want to, breast, your ass looks in those jeans, you know? I mean, really, it doesn't have to start all crazy, wild. It could just start describing his particular fantasy and staying linear. So you can also think about a night that you had sex that was like the best sex. Or you can say to her, what was the most memorable night we've had sex? And then have her describe it to you. So again, it's using descriptive words. Skype sex, huge. I mean, if you say she's not comfortable sending you naked photos, Skype sex, she might feel a little better about because you said when you're in person, she's comfortable.
Yeah.
So Skype sex is really fun because you can make a date. You can even go see a movie, separate cities, talk about the date, have a glass of wine, and then move to Skype sex. Or phone sex. With both of them, you have to make sure that you set the atmosphere. You don't want to be having phone sex when you get home from work and you're pacing around doing laundry, which I've totally done before. I like talking to a boyfriend and I was like getting him off as I'm like putting in the fabric softener. I'm like, I'm not turned on, but I know that you are. So make sure that it's private.
Guys are so easy.
And you need foreplay, a little bit, like, and that could be like a verbal foreplay or text her and say, can't wait tonight to see you, you know, if it's going to be a Skype thing. And then you want it to progress. You want to take it easy, like getting her undressed. If you're looking at her and you say she has some insecurities about her body, which a lot of women do, but just say, you look so hot right now. What are you wearing underneath that? And like undress her, talk to her, make her get undressed, and then you get undressed. Start it very slowly and make sure that you are talking through it. So the sex part is where you both, you know, mutually masturbate. So you can play, you don't even have to take it there, but if it gets to that point, she can watch you, you watch her. It can be really, really hot. Compliment her, say that's so hot. You really, if she's got insecurities about it, you can just keep saying how hot it is to watch her. And because I'm sure it is. I'm not making this up. I'm sure you're looking at her being really turned on. Tell her that you're thinking that. Tell her what she looks like, how beautiful she is, how much you miss her, how great she looks with the way the light's shining on her, you know, on her bed with her laptop and you're doing the Skype, I mean, or on your phone, however you do it. So there's all these different ways that you can connect sexually. You can also get one of these remote control vibes, which are great. We've talked about these a few times, but I just came back from these sex shows. There are these remote control vibes. Jeju makes one called the Dua and the Nua. There's one by Oh My Bod, and they're great. And you can control on your Bluetooth, on your phone. You can have an app where she's wearing a vibrator and you're controlling it long distance. That could be another date. You could do it either when you're together or when you're watching her on Skype or apart. So there's a lot of things you can do. And I love that you have such a consciousness around this because you're right. If you guys talk for the next 3 months and it's like you've been together 30 years, it'll be hard to keep. It's hard sometimes in long distance. So you got to do little things.
You have to keep it fresh all the
sex
time.
alive.
Yeah, and if you don't drink, that's okay. I'm sorry that always pushing the alcohol and stuff like that.
Hey, liquid courage.
Yeah,
no one ever
totally. And if you don't drink at all, it's not your thing. Then you know what? You have courage inside you. And again, I say it almost every podcast. If it doesn't work out or something that you want to try and it fails, you're not going to die. Nothing bad is going to happen to you.
Nothing bad's going to happen to you. Right, exactly. And so this long distance thing, if she's not down with any of it, she's like, I don't want to talk to her, then you got to talk about her. You got to say, I'm concerned because I feel that, and it's true that intimacy, couples need to be intimate in some way or their relationship dies. And so you're going to need to continue to keep that sexual connection alive or she'll come home and you'll be roommates and she'll be staying in the guest room. So that is true. All right. That's all we have time for today.
Yes. So much fun.
I love you all. Thank you for listening. I love you, Menace. Find Menace everywhere. MENACE.
Yeah.
Twitter,
on Instagram. Always pumping that Instagram. That's my fave.
Okay. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's All Sex with Emily. I've got a survey with a contest coming out. It'll take you 3 minutes and you'll win some cool prizes. And I love everyone. So thank you so much for listening. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. Okay. I made massage candles. You might not know what they are. I've tried to explain them to you before, but you really got to experience them because I made them so you could have the best sex of your life. They're like foreplay. They actually are a threefer. They set the atmosphere. They're beautiful candles. They light up the room because we like atmosphere. It turns us on. They also turn into the most luxurious massage oil. So once you light them for a little while, the oil pools. Pour it on your partner's body. It's warm. It's sensual. It's luxurious. And it's a great gift. Oh, my God, it's perfect for Valentine's Day. The scents are amazing. It's aromatherapy. And I had a listener who say that it changed his sex life. They were not having good sex, and he said they gave each other massages. It was a reciprocal massage, and she couldn't stop talking about how good the candle smells, how great the massage oil feels. And this listener, was convinced that the scent and my candles, EmilyandTony.com, helped us through some of the barriers to sex we have faced lately. You guys, I created them so you can have the best sex of your life. Why else would I do anything? EmilyandTony.com. Use code Emily for 20% off. Thanks for listening.